Hey folks, how's it going? Josh here. Just coming up onto the campsite for the day. It's a spot that I walked past last week. And I camped here last summer actually. And I wanted to come back here because it's such a nice spot. I got a new hammock. I want to set that up, show you that. And I'm going to make a different kind of a fire pit. Kind of a floating fire pit, a raised bed fire pit, an elevated fire pit, maybe a tabletop fire pit. We'll figure out what to call it anyway. I'm not really sure. We'll see. So this is the spot I camped last summer with the ATV. There's my fire pit from that trip. A little cooking rock table. Firewood's still here. It's like a year old almost. Anyway, I'm going to have the hammock strung up here. That's what I did last time. The trees are in the right spot. Alright, so before it rains, because it may rain later, I'm going to get the tarp and hammock set up. And I'll show you guys this new Onetigris Kompound Hammock. It's actually pretty sweet. So the new hammock I got is a Onetigris Kompound Hammock, and they also sent me the UnderQuilt for it. This isn't a sponsored ad. They actually sent this to me to try it out. So this is my first sleep overnight in it. I did set it up around the house already, bounced around in it, checked it all out. The quality is really well done. All the stitching on the hammock, it's finished off well, it's stitched well, there's double stitching where it needs to be. The material is just like, it's as good or better than the hammocks I currently have, so I'm pretty happy about that. The same thing for the UnderQuilt. All the stitching's really good. This material on the outside of the UnderQuilt actually stops the wind, keeps the draft off you at night as well. So the ridgeline is actually adjustable, which is great because when I'm done using it, if I want to let the wife use it or let a friend try it out, they can adjust the ridgeline very easily for themselves. So one thing that's really nice is this stuff sack that the hammock comes in actually doubles up as a ridgeline caddy. So the ridgeline has 4 hooks on it, and you can just take this bag once the hammock's up, hook it on those adjustable ridgeline hooks, and put your cell phone in there, wallet. Another feature that I really like about this that I haven't seen in any other hammock is the body cover. So when you're actually in the hammock and you're in your sleeping bag, there's a piece of material, the same as the hammock itself. It zips up over you, and you can actually string it off the ridge line. I noticed right away, like, it holds some heat in. It's not insulated. It's the same material as the hammock, but it does keep that breeze from sucking the heat away from you. And the really cool thing, in the winter, you can pull that up over you, and when you're breathing, the moisture is going to land on that body cover and not all over your sleeping bag getting that wet. Alright, got the tarp and hammock all set up there. And now the next important thing, get the beer cold. The plan is to get a raised fire pit over here somewhere. I'm going to do it next to the river. I know everyone's going to freak out. You shouldn't raise it, it's dangerous. This whole area that I'm standing on is it's like a sandbar, and I'm going to do it right next to the river. It's not going to be too high, and so it'll look like a table, and then I'm going to kind of condition the top to withstand a fire, and I'm going to try to have a fire on it, cook my steak and vegetables tonight for supper, and if something goes wrong, it'll just fall, and I'm right next to the water anyway, so not really a big deal. Well, there's the idea. So I pounded the 4 posts in the ground. So they're pounded in, they're stable. I'm going to fix 2 main beams to the post so it can't fall off. And then basically just build a tabletop. Alright, so what I did here that I didn't show is I lashed this with a Canadian jam knot to this, and this was latched to that. So this whole thing is nice and stable. I mean, you could probably kick it over, but all 4 corners are lashed. These aren't in the middle, because what I'm going to do next is try to fireproof it by putting sand, mud, and rocks down across this. And then I'm going to build the fire on top of that. And lay some rocks to make it look like a fire pit. It's about 1.5 feet off the ground. One thing to note making this table, all the wood on this, especially the top, it's all green. So in the video earlier, you seen me cutting down those trees that were all bent over and smashed up. They were green trees. I didn't cut fresh green trees down because I know people freak out on all my videos and they seen green trees and they think I'm cutting them down, but I'm not. Well, there it is. It's about 1.5 inches of mud and sand on it. I got the fire pit ring. I actually went and put some heavy rocks up against the post too, just to give it more stability, but it's actually really sturdy. So time to get some firewood and maybe get supper on the go. Got a nice steak tonight, some vegetables, onions, mushrooms. It's gonna be awesome. Alright, I got wood, I got the rocks, gonna set up for morning, my frying pan, my grill. The sun's starting to come out. It was supposed to rain and didn't, so that's sweet. Anyway, let's get some supper on. Vegetables and steak. I don't know, folks, there's something pretty cool about standing up, lighting a fire on a table like that. It's almost ready. There's some coals there starting now, so in a few more minutes I think I'll get that steak on and vegetables, and yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Alright, we're all cooked up. Gonna just eat this. Nothing like a steak over the fire. I think it even tastes better because it was on that. I'm just joking. If I had more time, I should have made a seat and chair for myself, so I'm not sitting here on the ground eating, but it's all good. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up and go back to you in a few minutes. Alright folks, I just got the old supper dishes cleaned up there, and just having a beer, sitting out by the river, just enjoying the evening. I know some of you are going to comment, they're like, you made a table, put a fire on it, and then you sat on the ground and ate. The thing is, sometimes you get out here, you only have a night, and you can't make everything. I wanted to do this for quite a while actually. I've been thinking about this all winter, so yeah, I sat on the ground to eat, but I got my Bushcraft fire table, I'm not even sure what to call it, all sorted out. It's been burning for a few hours now, and I checked underneath, it's warm, but it's not hot, and yeah, I think it's going to be good. Like I said, there's 1.5 inches of dirt and mud there, and then the rocks, so I think it'll be alright. Well, I made her through the night. Coyotes around 2 were just giving her back there in the woods somewhere. Well, not a big deal, but so that woke me up. And then there was something scurrying around in the leaves just out here behind me. I think it might have been just a raccoon or something like that. But not too bad of a sleep though. The hammock was great. Yep, the hammock was really good. The UnderQuilt worked well. It said it was only rated for 5 degrees, and it was 0 last night, so yeah, it worked very well, so pretty happy with that. I was kind of a little worried that maybe I was pushing the limits with it, but yeah, it was good. So time to get up and get that breakfast. Whoa, burnt through. Didn't even notice that last night. If you do plan on doing something like this in your forest, make sure you do it near a water source. Want to make sure that you guys are aware that this could happen, and it did, so. But not a big deal. You got water right there. I put this on a sand. Basically, this is a sandbar. It doesn't look like it, but it is. So it's pretty safe to do it here. Anyway, it's an easy fix because I only fixed the 2 ends, and all these are actually free. So I'm just going to move a few of them out and replace them, and it should be good to go. Alright folks, well just finished up breakfast here, had my coffee, my second coffee, and looks like the rain's gonna come here pretty soon. The clouds are starting to roll in, and so I'm gonna get packed up. I'm gonna put that fire out, then I'm gonna head out of here. As always, if you like these videos, subscribe to the channel for more. Click that thumbs up button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Till next time, peace.